tarp even to the left of the car there.
Right.
That, of course, was EMS's attempt to hide the scene just a little bit. We got some pictures of the EMS people of the area, Eden Fire Department, of course, standing by in case any gasoline leaks or anything were to fire up. Now, Meadow Road was only halfway blocked. As you can see, police directing northbound traffic up Meadow Road, Virginia side of things.
Right.
But southbound traffic making the curve going out Pierce Street and then coming around the back side of the Eden Mall. EMS was on the scene, but the most curious thing about where EMS was, they were back away from things until a little bit later, which you'll see some of that in this video. No attempt was being made towards sustaining a life that I could see at that moment.
Right.
I will leave that to the discussion as to exactly what that means. But Eden Rescue Squad was there, keeping a little bit of distance away from the accident scene. And as we can see, police also involved in this. The truck that is turned up on its side here, turned up on the left side, is a service truck of some sort. The license plate colors are silver and black,
right,
which in North Carolina, of course, that means a state-owned vehicle, a service truck of some sort. That could also be a Virginia tag. I'm not absolutely certain of that, but
right,
one of the two is the likely owners of this truck.
Mm-hmm.
The car is a white to off-white color car. From the view that I had of the rear end, appears to be a Pontiac. I won't stake my life on that, but the car was, of course, as you see here, they were beginning to put the tarps up around the car, and as they were getting the jaws of life out to try and extricate the person from the vehicle, traffic was momentarily stopped, and all the tarps and stuff went up around the car. So that was pretty much the scene as we left it. Ambulance, of course, on the scene, but as I said, no attempt at trying to maintain a life inside either of these two vehicles. And as we were leaving, the wrecker had arrived to try and put the truck back up on its wheels.
Now, this is a very busy place there in Eden, because you have the Eden Mall there, which there are a few places still left in the Eden Mall, but you have the credit union there. I do believe the high school is just right down the street. The junior high school is there too. You've got the ABC store there, the post office. So there's so many different outlets there that people use all day long. And so this had to really cause traffic issues for the Eden Police Department, and I'm assuming that maybe that's the reason why the Highway Patrol may have responded there to that scene, was to back them up. That's just an assumption.
Well, that's definitely a good assumption. Of course, happening when it did, traffic letting out for the afternoon, a summer afternoon, and a Friday all getting together, meaning a lot more elevated levels of traffic along the highway about this time.
Right.
In fact, we had some even trouble getting up there on Highway 14 and the lower end of Pierce Street, just simply from the traffic that was involved in that area.
A lot going on there with that. We don't have any information. I know there's a lot of you out there watching the show now asking, do we have any information? Do we know any names? No, we don't. At this point, sometimes these accidents can take a while to investigate. There's reconstruction that has to go through. These officers have to go through in order to try to get more together on this, so they can release more information. Of course, they have to contact the families of the injured to let them know what's going on there. So we don't have any more information we can give you at this time, but we will get more from the Eden Police Department as soon as it becomes available to us. And Matt, good job on the video. I know this has to be disturbing for a lot of people, because as I mentioned to you just a moment ago, you've got all these businesses there and schools there, and you've also got houses just right across the street.
Yes, we do. This is kind of a mixed-use neighborhood. A lot of traffic, of course, goes by the street. There's a Food Lion there. There's the city post office for Eden that is also in this area. Many things, of course, with a lot of people trying to wrap up the business of the week and do whatever they need to do for the weekend, including cruise-ins.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. We'll be checking in with you again in a little bit. After 6 o'clock, we'll check in again. We'll bring our viewers this video and talk more about it. So talk to you in a little over a half hour.
Okay, Mark.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Starting News on Matt Smith there in Eden, North Carolina. Again, just to let you know, this was reported to us at about 10 minutes before 4 o'clock. Pierce Street, Meadow Road area of Eden. The Eden Police Department, Fire Department, the Rockingham County Emergency Medical Services, even the North Carolina Highway Patrol responding inside the city to help out with this, what appears to be 2-vehicle accident, one on its side. We don't have any information as far as names at this point that we can pass along, but when we do, we will let you know. All right, we've got more coming up on Star News. Right after this, we'll talk to Charles Wells about that suspicious smell at the post office in Danville and what happened right after they noticed it. We'll be back in just a moment.